That's kind of chocolate there is. Super duper yummy.
And then there's chocolate licorice together.
Oh my God. Yes, had that the other day. So yummy.
So good. So
That's
good.
kind of chocolate there.
And then there's chocolate.
I don't know how. I just seriously, hello everyone. Welcome to our live stream. We don't know how the technology works. It's pretty amazing though.
I'm in a very non-serious mood today, so it could
I've
just
got
go
chocolate.
AWOL.
In fact, I have got the world's possibly best chocolate. I don't know if you can see that. That is Whittaker's.
Yeah, Whittaker's. Oh, roasted coffee supreme. Yummy.
Delicious.
I've got licorice. That's all that's left of it.
Yummy scrummy.
Now it's like making my teeth black, so I'm like, it was probably not a good thing right before screen, is it? It's like eating blueberries.
Yeah, also eating chocolate, not the best. We hope you are all fantastic this evening. Sorry we're so late. Thank you for hanging out and waiting for us. We had another interview to do with Let's Get Freaky podcast with Tommy over in the UK.
What a
Follow him.
dude.
Jump on his channel.
Look, guys, go check him out. He is just so cool. He's so funny. He's like the male version of us, basically, I think. So
right, and we just realized that we all went to drama school, which is crazy. All three of us in a room. Oh my Lord. So I think
and he's a famous banana.
And he was a famous banana. Yes, he was.
I mean, look at bananas the same.
He said that episode's going to drop next week. So if you haven't been over to Let's Get Freaky podcast, jump over there. Please subscribe to him. He's on YouTube as well. And where every other good podcast is. Hey, Juliet.
Hi, Lisa. How's it going?
Wow. Bloody great. Great today. Today's title is Walking in the Shadows, Beware the Stories You Tell at Midnight. What are we talking about today?
Oh my gosh, we are talking about urban legends. So this is kind of cool. You know, every town, every city, every country have their urban legends that, you know, that kind of go through. And so we thought we'd hit on a few urban legends today. And before we get started, I just need to let you know that what you're hearing is urban legends and local folklore. So, you know, so they're part of a rich mixture of myths, whispers, and what-ifs around the world. Some may be factual a little bit, some unfactual, but we can't say that they're real because people will get upset with us. So we are just here to share them in a fun and mysterious way. So basically just take a breath and settle in and, chuck in some of your own urban legends and, let us know. It's
oh, yeah, drop it in the comments. If you've got a cool, freaky little urban legend, drop it in the comments because, you know, it is spooky season. It is Halloween season. Do you want to see my costume?
Oh, my God. Okay, go. I haven't even got a costume. Go.
Yeah, I know. Useless, but not useless because I have a 4-year-old, okay? So we have to be on point for this. So Manea said to me, Mummy, I want to be a policeman. And I said, how about a zombie policeman? And he said, no, Mummy, a real policeman. And I was like, how about a policeman with like scars and blood and no, just a clean cut policeman. So I said, I'm okay, son. That's fine. You, my friend, can be a policeman. And he said, Mummy, you can be a policeman too. And I said, well, who will be the criminal? And he said, Daddy. And then I laughed at that. But
Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy. But so he has got a lovely little police hat and a full police uniform. Yeah, so he is going to be gorgeous. And I will post a picture so that you can all see what he looks like. But I decided, why be a policeman when you can be a criminal? So
you're going to be the robber.
I'm going to be a robber. Yeah, so I've got like a stripy socks and a mask, but Manea doesn't know I'm going to be a criminal. So I'm just going to show up dressed to pick him up from kindy as a criminal, as the robber.
Oh my God.
So that's been my my week of getting ready for Halloween.
Oh, that's cool. Well, Abigail, my granddaughter, who is 10 years old, decides decided that she wants to be a murdering butcher. So she has a bloody apron.
You don't know. You all have to understand what Abigail looks like. She is the skinniest, tiniest doll of a long, white, beautiful porcelain skin, strawberry blonde hair. She's beautiful looking, and she wants to be the butcher.
She wants to be the butcher. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
So, Eli's just going to be, he's going to be Captain America. So, you know, he's a typical boy that age. He wants to be a superhero. Dog, you should have come earlier.
Fabulous. Remy, come and join us. She wants to
go out.
Oh, okay. Remy is a Chihuahua. She wants to join the show. Can we just give Mira a big shout out?
Yeah.
Mo, how you doing, girl? And she says Hatchet Woman of Red Rocks.
Ooh, okay. I'll be back 2 seconds for the
Hatchet Woman sounds enticing. I love a good hatchet, and I'm just going to write this down. Hatchet Woman of Red Rocks. I'm going to look into this one. Feel free to drop a little bit more information about her and about her story. Not well known, but neat stuff. Yeah, sounds good.
So sorry.
Lovely to have you here, girl. Hello to everyone else who has joined as well. Feel free to drop your urban legends in the comments. I am reading them. We will go through them. We've got a couple of interesting ones from the South Pacific and from kind of up around Japan and America today. So it'll be interesting in the
I just realized what I can go as. Cow.
Oh my God, Juliet, show everyone your beautiful shoes.
I'm so proud of my shoes. Oh, look at these cowhide shoes. Probably Peter's going to come and tell me off now. But
yeah, you're going to get in shit now. Can't be a cryptid researcher and then
cow. I can run around and go, I'm a cow, and people be like, yeah, you are. I'll be Hathor. Sorry.
It was so funny. Hey, before we get into our urban legends and some stories from our backyard, Juliet, do you know we're running a membership?
No. Tell me about it.
No. Wow.
What do you do with the membership?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry I haven't told you this before. Let me tell you now. So we have an amazing membership running over at cryptidwomensociety.com. Over there, you can become part of an amazing society, a group of women, researchers, investigators, explorers, discoverers, women that are actually truly boots on the ground, going out, doing field work, and then presenting research and evidence within our society. Alongside those types of women are a whole group of other women that are sitting there going, oh my God, this is so exciting. I just want to see what you're doing, right? Be connected to these women who are amazing at what they do and are, you know, knees deep in swamps and all sorts of stuff, and be a part of that adventure. There are things that you want to do and things you don't want to do. But at the very heart of it is you want to share in that adventure, and you want to share in that education, and you want to share in that skill set and that investigation and see what's really, truly, honestly going on, right? So over at Cryptid Women Society, we have our members portal. You can become a Truth Seeker member, and that will give you full access to all of the rooms, to the VIP interviews, of which we have just found out we have got one of the most exciting interviews coming up at the start of December, but we're not going to tell you.
We can't tell you. We cannot tell you. She is amazing.
Yep, she
is
on
television. Everybody knows who she is. She's absolutely amazing, and we are so excited to have her.
Yeah, and she is going to be doing a Q&A, members only exclusive interview where you get the opportunity to literally come into that Zoom call and ask her questions. You can ask anything that you want to ask her, and you will get real-time answers. Just can't do that these days, right? How easy is it to get hold of celebrities? It's simply not. And that's why you come to the society, so that we can do it for you. So that is really exciting coming up. We have the dungeon, we have the gathering, we have the arcane library, and we also have the academy, which is full steam ahead, starting to create some amazing courses, some amazing kind of signature programs, all about the things that you want to learn about: cryptozoology, ufology, paranormal investigation, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is come on over, join the society, be part of the fun.
And drink wine when we're in the dungeon.
Join us in the
And that's my
dungeon.
point tonight. Drink wine. We're in the dungeon. We have dungeon talk. Dungeon
fun.
talk are the taboo subjects, the R18 subjects, and, you know, the real funny, you know, the funny, sexy stuff that you can't.
Dirty books.
Dirty
Smutty
books, smutty books, yeah, cryptid encounters, monster encounters, yeah, all sorts.
Dinosaur
It's fun. Toasters.
And toasters. Jesus. No, it's a fun place to be. We are absolutely creating a movement, and you can be at the start of this movement and be a part of it. So get on over there. Come have fun. The other thing you need to know is we have booked our very first exhibition that is
R18 that will be in the dungeon.
Tell you, menopausal brain right there. And no coffee, by the way. I've stopped drinking coffee, and it's so detrimental to my health.
I've had 2, can you tell?
I can't string a sentence together. But we have booked our very first outing with all of our members. And in fact, when I say all of our members, I mean only 6 of them will be able to join us. And next year in November, we are going to Egypt. Oh my gosh, we are taking a group of our members. You have to be a Truth Seeker member to get on board with this, over to Egypt to look at Egypt through the CWS goggles. Yeah. Conspiracy theory, anyone? What are we looking for? Oh, so excited. So excited. It's going to be an amazing, amazing adventure. It's the first of many. I'm sure we will go back to Egypt again, but this will be really, really exciting because, you know, the first one is always the most exciting one because you don't know anything, right? You're going with like, you know, clean eyes. So
yeah, you're just, you know, you're blown away, just like the whole just the whole place. It's just going to be amazing. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to share what I saw over there and, you know, the cool things that I found out, and just makes us
100%, 100%. Hey to Kirby's, what's going on? It's lovely to have you here. And also we have pardon me, we have a member over in Egypt, in Cairo. Ashrakat does all of our video editing. Hey Ash, if you're watching.
Hey, Ash.
And she will be boots on the ground for us, our local interpreter. And so yeah, really, really exciting things happening at CWS. So come and be a part of it. Alrighty. Urban legend. What do you think an urban legend is, Jules? Right, what's your interpretation of what an urban legend is? Because we all have different kind of views on this, right?
Yeah. Okay, so like my version is basically it's something that's kind of stemmed from a true story that's kind of been super exaggerated, possibly. You know, there's just like, or, you know, as we'll talk about with my ones here in Melbourne, that there's been rumors and stuff of this stuff happening, but you know, there's like the cover up, and then there's, you know, there's stuff like that. But you know, even though the government and the police and people will be, I know this is not happening, but when you're talking to people who have been on the ground, who have encountered said rumors and other bits and pieces, yeah, so it's like there's a couple of different, there's a couple that are just kind of like some that have just been exaggerated, and others that have just kind of come from certain things happening and certain rumors.
So can we say that an urban legend has an element of truth in it?
Yes.
A lot of the time, right? Some of the time it doesn't have anything and given, but a lot of the time there's a solid nugget of truth within that, right?
Yeah. It is stemmed from something happening, basically. Something seen, something experienced, that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. And so a lot of urban legends are then turned into movies.
Yep.
Right? Bucket loads of them, in fact. And a lot of the movies come from an element of truth as well. And then they try and drag in other elements.
And then they twist it, and the Wendigo, for example, the true Wendigo does not have antlers.
No, that is a Hollywood.
That is a Hollywood-made projection of what a Wendigo is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And so, all right, cool. I just wanted to get that kind of baseline set, right? Because I love urban legends. And in New Zealand, we have bucket loads of urban legends. Goat Man is an urban legend. He stands on the desert road and he hitchhikes, and you don't know that he is a goat until he gets into the back of your car and you realize that he's got kind of semi horns that look like dreadlocks, but he's kind of got these horns, and he steps back out of the car and he's got hoofs, or he walks away with hoofs, and you hear clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop as he walks away. And so in New Zealand, it's quite interesting because Goat Man, although he's an urban legend, he's also wrapped around with indigenous stories, right? With that cultural lore around it, because there's moldy stories and lore of the two brothers, a good one and a bad one, and that sort of stuff, guardians. So I find that sort of stuff really, really interesting. And I think that will probably show in the urban legends that I've chosen today. Some of it's got some good folklore kind of wrapped around it, and some indigenous kind of cultural stuff wrapped around it. And other stuff is actually elemental truth, I guess.
Yeah. And Goat Man is seen around the world. A lot of countries have a Goat Man style entity that is part of their urban legends and these folklore, which is really interesting, because these urban legends about this Goat Man, or they do have other names for him, these legends have been told for hundreds of years. So there's been like no connection between this place and this place, but they still have that same kind of urban legend,
And there was a Goatman Festival, I think it was last week or the weekend before, up around Ohio area. So I was like, Goatman Festival?
We just want a festival here in Australia.
We could just have one that would be really good. Like
we've been told we may have to just start our own, so that's probably on the cards. So
yeah, it probably is on the cards. Let's be honest. That'd be pretty cool. I think
so.
Okay, cool. What do you want to start with? We need somebody to organize it for us. Do you want to start with your first story, or do you want me to hit the first story?
All right, let's just start in Melbourne. So I've stayed around Melbourne, Victoria. Okay, so it has been well documented in Melbourne that there is a really vast system of underground tunnels, trains, service conduits, abandoned infrastructure, cities underground, all this kind of stuff. So they reckon there's about 1,500 kilometers of tunnels under Melbourne City going out into the suburbs and stuff. So so the stuff that is known and is recorded kind of for the public is that beneath Victoria Parade, which is in the city, and between the Iron Ear Hospital, the staff there have been using underground tunnels since 1983 to move patients through to the pathology and all that kind of stuff. So, and there's a music video out by the Whitlams called Falling For You, which also shows these underground tunnels. Okay, so that's kind of recorded. But there's also like the darker side, where they talk about how the crime rings and stuff like that have been using these tunnels, like the Melbourne underworld, like underbelly and all that kind of stuff. So literally since the early 1900s, there was a guy, he was an infamous bookmaker, John Wren, and he's said to have run his illegal betting ring from a Collingwood cafe, which is out in the suburbs, with an escape tunnel which went all the way to the Bendigo Hotel, which is like a really good hour and a half drive away.
It's a long way away.
Like historians, they say, oh, we can't prove it, but it just refuses to die, along with these tunnel stories. There we have a group here. Damn it, what was their name? The Cave. There's these guys that run around. I can't remember what they're called. But they go around and they basically do all the underground tunnels, and they film everything and all of this kind of stuff. And so they're amazing. Like, you follow their stuff and they just, yeah. There's also a whispered scandal under the Parliament House. So there's a tunnel that's supposed to stretch from the Parliament House to the exhibition building in Carlton, which again is quite a long way, where politicians could call on ladies of the night to basically come and, so they can have a bit of fun with them that night. And then these ladies would again be discreetly exited out through these tunnels. Also, the Treasury Bank. There was said to be an underground railway which was pulled by horses, and they used to move all the gold from different vaults into different customers and this kind of stuff. So to stop the bush rangers, that was the excuse. This is why they have all the underground tunnels, is because the bush rangers, the Ned Kellys of the world would come and rob them. So this is kind of where, they kind of kept all of this kind of stuff. So as far as like Aboriginal stuff, there was one story that we had. It's a cave in the city's underground, which is called the Silurian Bedrock, and it was said to house a dangerous Aboriginal spirit. So this cave, so like the stones and like this cave, all this under the ground, it goes right back to the Denovian times, and so it's basically this really thing. So it's kind of been recorded, but it was really hard to find any information about that. But I found it in a couple of places about this dangerous Aboriginal spirit, but I don't know much else about it. That was about it. Yeah, so
that would be really cool to do a deep dive on that, and let's see what we can find together, because coming from different angles, we might be able to figure out kind of what it
was. It was really hard. Like I tried like so many different angles to find it, but it would talk more about the cave systems and the rocks, but it wouldn't go into the Aboriginal side of stuff. And it was really,
it's what happens sometimes, right? Like unless it's been recorded by someone, and it's very similar in a lot of the other islands, unless it's been recorded by like a university or somebody doing an academic journal or whatever, a paper on it, it's actually just not recorded, and it's not recorded. It's just orally given.
So it'd be really and then
that would be cool.
Under St. Paul's Cathedral, there's supposed to be a crypt under there which still holds bodies. And it's reached through a trapdoor in the pews, so they all can go through it into the tunnels and disperse. So
should we go there?
And then out west, the local whispers of the phantom cats. So apparently the phantom cats and the cougars and the pumas sleep in the forgotten tunnels that are in people's backyards and open to people's backyards, and they just don't even know it. So so there's apparently like these tunnels just go for absolute miles. They're just there. So so that's just kind of like a brief overview of kind of different stories that go on around the Melbourne tunnels. But I have decided to focus on the Crown Casino in Melbourne.
Ooh.
Now the Crown Casino has a bit of a reputation. So it's like the biggest casino here. It's got a massive like tall building, whatever. So
it's an amazing facility, right? It's got shopping center underneath, it's got movies,
5-star 6-star restaurants, you name it. Huge gambling thing. So you get celebrities, you get like all sorts of people, billionaires, millionaires that will all go and stay at this casino. But there are some very, very dark stories that come from the casino. So the Melbourne locals swear that there's more than just elevators, VIP elevators, that are at the Crown Casino. So there's rumors that, number one, there's a cold room morgue which sits under the casino. and under the gaming floor. So there's all tunnels and doors and all that kind of stuff. So basically, if somebody dies within the casino, they can roll the bodies straight out and they just disappear.
I can understand that though, right? Like most 5-star hotels or that sort of stuff do have a cold storage for it. Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
They even say that like some of the cubicles and the toilets and some of the bathrooms are also fake because unfortunately, because you get people that go in there and they have gambling addictions, mental health issues, things happen, they lose all their money, and they tend to go to the same area of bathrooms and basically undead themselves. So on average, there are between 3 to 40 undeading themselves a year. And this
why is the bathroom cubicle fake? What do you mean?
Because what happens is that they basically undead themselves in here, staff find them, and they basically spin it. So there's a clean bathroom. So that's what they reckon. There's these revolving doors in the bathrooms and in certain areas, which basically goes, oh, there's a body, boom, turn it, and there's a brand new bathroom.
Oh my God.
I know. How insane is that? Like, I was like, what?
I thought you were talking about like, you know, Disneyland, for example, and some of those cubicles aren't real because there's tunnels that go through them, and that's, oh my, it's literally like a turning fireplace.
It spins, yeah, and then there's a clean bathroom. So it's like, what's happening in these bathrooms that they have to go to this extreme, you know what I mean?
Oh my.
And then these bodies are said to basically be tunneled and shipped out, and then they're taken. There's supposed to be a direct line to like the hospitals, and they're taken there. So there's no police, there's no record of it or anything. So they say that they're either taken to the hospitals or basically they've been dumped out, you know, there's murders, you know, that kind of stuff. So that kind of goes on in this thing. So basically,
wait, hold on. Don't go too fast.
No. I'm just saying that it basically the bathroom just snaps back into place and it's a clean one.
So then, oh my God, this is mental.
So this is only one part of it. So,
yeah. So is this a proven thing? Is this actually just well-known part of it?
People have said that they've seen these bathrooms move. They've seen these things like they've gone in and known that somebody has undead themselves. They've found them. You know, they've alerted staff. They've gone in there, and then all of a sudden, it's a brand new bathroom.
Yeah. Or employees probably are whistleblowing and talking about things.
Yeah, yes, and employees. So, but then they come out, they'll be like, no, the employers would never say that because it's not true. But you know, you know, so there's a lot of confidentiality. Yeah. So, so there's like nobody. The Crown has come out and gone, nobody has any proof of this, and blah 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 blah. But they said, you know, you ask the locals, and anything after midnight, there's a lot of strange stuff that's happened there, and people see it, people disappear. So that is just about basically the bodies, you know, when people, you know, or pass away from a heart attack or something like that, you know, there's that kind of stuff, right? But that isn't the only thing that goes on down there. So, yeah.
I feel like you're going to blow my mind through this episode.
Yeah. So basically it said, they have a direct tunnel to the hospital morgue, so they can basically just be put down there. So that's right. Groups like the Cave Clan have mapped out storm drains and tunnels and found parts of a city under the city, like under these tunnels. And so they, you know, so all these secret things going. So it's the Cave Clan. If you look them up, Cave Clan, I think they're Victoria. You can have a look at all their videos and stuff like that. So
they walk through the caves and film them all, or the tunnels, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. But we know this, right? Like so many different cities are built on top of other cities, or, you know, like look over in America where it's built on top of railway stations and train lines and that sort of stuff. And then you've got this entire kind of underground system that's just sitting there dormant.
Yeah. And then, you know, even in England where you've suddenly got the roadways, which, you know, your windows are here, but the road is here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people are finding other doors. They suddenly, you know, supposed to be a wall there, and they're renovating, and all of a sudden they find a door, and it just keeps going down. And you know, there's so much stuff there.
There's so many things that are becoming really kind of open to discovery. Yeah, it's really
yeah.
Oh, it's
So
interesting.
that's not the only thing that's
All right.
urban legend, and I have to say this urban legend so we don't get into trouble. So the other story is that somebody goes to the Crown Casino for a night out. Maybe they win too much. Maybe they owe too much. They are taken, they are drugged, dragged into the bathroom, and then taken below, and then their organs have been removed. And the body is quietly disposed of into the private morgue under the casino. Or there was something about the Yarra River, because the casino falls close to the Yarra River, and there's a lip there. There's something going on with that, and that was really hard to find. But something about the Yarra River and them getting shipped down, basically, and disappearing. So there is stories about people disappearing from the Crown Casino and never being found again. And they reckon that they're being used for organ harvesting.
Holy shit.
Hello.
And this is the urban legend I've brought today. Oh my God.
So, yeah. So,
wow.
So many stories that go on. I tried looking into disappearances around the Crown Casino, and it would not let me bring stuff up. Nothing.
Internet says no.
Undeading themselves, no heart attacks, no nothing. It's all so all these stories going that, you know, there's a private hospital there and blah blah blah, like, you know, it's there is
all pretty tight-lipped, hush hush,
very tight-lipped and very thing. But you know, there's always stories about underground tunnels, the underworld using them, you know, just, you know, the elite using them to get from one place to another.
And like looking at Melbourne, right? Melbourne has a massive criminal underbelly, right? Gangland, right?
That's how the city was made.
100%.
That is literally how the city was made.
On the mafia for years and years and years, right? The police are in on it, government officials are in on it, all of that sort of stuff paid off, all that sort of stuff. All you have to do is look at some of the documentaries. It's very, very cut and dry, clean, right? We know this, it's well documented. I find it incredibly interesting that organ harvesting is one of those things that is a global issue, right? Brings in things like human trafficking and that sort of stuff. The black market for organs is probably getting more and more lucrative, being that our health is declining rapidly as a society, as a human race. And I imagine that organ harvesting would be relatively easy in a space like that, where you simply have nothing more to live for because you've just lost all of your money. You're intoxicated anyway, and let's just add a bit of fentanyl to your drink here, and then let's swipperoo the bathroom cubicle, and all of a sudden you're in a tunnel going down to the morgue. Out, man.
So it's really, and it's just this constant rumor. And I know people who have been in the casino who have seen weird stuff happen. They've seen celebrities, and they've gone to follow celebrities, and celebrities gone around the corner, and they've got around the corner, and all of a sudden said celebrity is gone, and there's no doorways, there's nothing. So they've obviously gone into a secret door or something, you know, so they've just disappeared into here. And there's always, you know, there's always stories that come out of just really weird things, very strange people turning up there. You know, that was another story that came out of, you know, a gentleman that had turned up there, which just was very, very strange, very, very weird.
Are we talking like men in black?
No, men in white, actually. A man in white, like white suit, just very, very odd, very, very proud, just a very, very odd man that has been seen at this casino. Just
out of place, very
out of place, doesn't play, just is there, and just everyone that kind of like gets ick from him. You know what I mean? So,
there are certain people that we get ick from.
There are. So that is the Crown Casino, Melbourne. Come, guys, it's an amazing place to visit. Like a dead Crown Casino, just going on urban legends.
Oh, wow. Well, because the other thing I was going to say is like we just talked about this on the Let's Get Freaky podcast with Tommy over in the UK. The amount of missing people in Melbourne is astronomical, right? And they're unrecorded. Like so many people just disappearing.
Thousands of people go missing. I mean, it's worldwide. It is worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah, but I gotta say, like, there's a lot of people in Melbourne itself that just up and disappear.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh, they've gone north. Oh, okay.
No, they've gone down the Yarra. Yeah, they've gone
down the Yarra. They're in the tunnels.
Or if I was Australian, I'd say the Yarra.
Yeah.
Yarra.
It's the river that runs upside down because it's so dirty. That's what they say. It runs upside down. The mud's on the top. The clear water's underneath.
Yeah, it is. It's really gross.
And you have sharks down it. You have, you know, it's like you got
it's a huge one.
And also no crocodiles, guys, but you definitely get your bull sharks down there, so you don't swim in there.
Yeah, and probably the only way that you want to be floating down the Yarra is if you're dead. Like that's probably the only.
I don't know how like some people swim in it. I'm just like it's disgusting. It's so
100%.
Yeah,
especially in central Melbourne, there's no chance. That is fascinating. Like the flicky around bathroom cubicle, you had me at that one, man. I was like, that is not okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Crazy, eh? It's like, oh, and that's it. It's like, why do the other thing is like, you know, why do these people who undead themselves take themselves to this specific place? It's like they're drawn to this one area, this one bathroom, this one thing. So that's where they tend to go. So I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. That part's very interesting. Yeah. How do you get that person into that one cubicle? Or do they all flicky roundy?
Well, that's it. And it's like, are they undeading themselves and then they're taking them to the morgue, or are they organ harvesting and saying that they undeaded themselves?
Okay.
Just saying.
You need to go and do recon. We need you. Okay, everyone, drop it in the comments. It's important. We need Juliet to go and do a recon mission. She needs to go to the Crown Casino and she needs to go and play in all of the bathrooms.
Well, you need to send money because that's a lot of money, those places.
And she needs to go and touch all the walls. Ooh, gross. But she needs to go and like push all the buttons and see if there's like a secret flicky around. Oh my God, could you imagine if you push something and it flicked you around and you're like, oh shit.
Live now from Cryptid Woman Society. I'm about to have my organs removed.
Just in a tunnel. Oh crap. Turns out the urban legend is true. I'm screwed. And Lisa will be presenting by herself from now on. Looking for a new co-host, actually. So feel free.
I'm just trying to get down to the swimmy part where I can pop up at I'll take my chances with the Yarra River.
Oh no, oh my God. Okay, I still think you should do recon. And possibly one day we'll go together.
Do you know what's really funny is that Katie's going this weekend. They're all going this weekend.
Your daughter? Oh my God, send her for recon. But just don't if you're going to touch the walls, wash your hands afterwards.
Wash your hands afterwards.
Take bowler or something.
Take some like squeegee stuff.
Yeah. Like Mira says in the comments, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ew. Maybe not the best recon job ever. Oh wow.
Rubber gloves.
That's real interesting, man. Real interesting. I love that.
Yeah, so there's been so many stories, news and papers, all sorts of all done stories on this. So it's a big thing. So yeah, look into it, guys. Organ harvesting.
Great. Awesome. It's just my afternoon reading.
Yeah.
What are you reading today? Oh my God, my partner would just be like, oh, for goodness.
Yeah, for God's sake. And you just read something normal.
Fucking organ harvesting again. It'll be fine, honey. It'll be fine.
Lisa.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Tell us a story, Lisa.
Well, have I got an urban story for you? In fact, I've got two. One is in Japan, and we're going to start over in Japan. Japan is one of the coolest countries there is. Desperate to go there, on my bucket list. I know it's on
Yeah.
Juliet's bucket list also. And once you start kind of delving into the lore that's over there, it is crazy town. Like there, some of the
Crazy
cryptids
and creepy. There
and
is some
creepy.
creepy stuff over there.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very spooky dooky. Way, way spookier than anything we have down the South Pacific. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Some of this, and I've got a couple of photos or images for you to have a look at today, okay? Just so that you can really get a feel for what we're talking about. All right, so excuse my Japanese, okay? I only did a small amount of Japanese at college, at high school, and some of the words that I remember from Japanese are inu go yanu modori nasai, which means go back to your dog kennel, and
Oh,
highly offensive. And also, I learned chisainki, but we're not allowed to say that on YouTube because we'll get in trouble. That means small. I'm sure the girls can figure out what the rest of that meant. Anyway, so let's start with a wonderful lady called the Kuchisaki Onna. Kuchisaki Onna. She is literally translated into mouth slit woman.
ooh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
In Japanese lore, the mouth slit woman is a vengeful spirit or a or onryo, often described as a pale, tall woman who walks the streets at night, her mouth hidden behind a mask or a cloth. Basically, the story goes, in life, she was a beautiful woman. Depending on the telling, she was a wife or a mistress of a jealous man, sometimes of a samurai, or otherwise caught in betrayal or scandal. Always, right? When her husband or a jealous rival discovered her supposed infidelity, he disfigured her by slashing her mouth from ear to ear. Some versions say he asked her, "Who will find you beautiful now?" as he carried out the mutilation.
Oh,
Yeah. Also, asshole. After death, her spirit returns. She wanders wearing a surgical mask or covering over her mouth. In modern versions, it's a little bit different depending on the older ones. And intercepts passers-by in dark alleys or at dusk. When someone meets her, she asks one simple question. Watashi kirei? Am I beautiful? If the person answers no, she may kill them on the spot, often using scissors or a knife.
nice.
If the person answers yes, she may remove her mask to reveal the grotesque slit and ask again something like, even like this? Or how about now? If the person then says no, she harms or kills them. If they say yes again, some versions say that she slices their mouth to match her own disfigurement.
Wow, so either way you can't win, really, can
Either
you?
way, you're screwed.
You're screwed.
Yep, either way, you're screwed. I'm going to show you a picture of this beauty.
Funny.
She is a, yeah, she is
And
a,
I apologize that I have not put
oh,
any pictures
this
up
is
because
tiny whiny,
my
my apologies.
computer has basically died.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Died.
So Mira says, I challenge her to a kendo match. Yes. I too am samurai. So this is our first little picture. I'm sorry, this is a tiny whiny picture. I'm not quite sure why all my photos are very little at the moment. Let's zoom in. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Check out this one. So she's got a slit from cheek to cheek, very much like the Joker, and carries a nice pair of scissors around.
Are they stainless steel?
Possibly. The next picture I've got is obviously of a Japanese woman dressed
Wow.
beautifully, but with a slit right down cheek to cheek. I mean, she would be petrifying if you ever stumbled across her in the dark down an alleyway. You would just be
Yeah.
scared shitless, you know, really. Not
Crazy.
someone that I'd ever want to bump into. And this was a movie that they made, so scary, eh?
Woman.
The
Yeah.
most frightening supernatural horror film of the year is what it is, the Slit Mouth.
Don't want to watch that.
That is scary.
Yeah, yeah.
So she is my first urban legend. And I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen right
Yeah.
now.
Freaky. Just say it.
And
Creepy.
yeah, freaky, freaky.
Freaky.
So apparently this urban legend has started to evolve over time as well. It's basically evolved into using rescue tactics, right? So people have figured out how to confuse her. So sometimes they answer things like, oh, you know, you're average, instead of a yes or a no, or oh, you know, so, because it may confuse her. Others claim that offering candy or saying that you're in a rush might divert her. I don't know. And there are even versions where repeating the word pomade 3 times to cause her to retreat. I don't know what that word means. Pomade. Pomade.
Have a look. Keep carrying.
Pomade. Saying that word 3 times may cause her to retreat. So it's basically, you know, the legend is not only horrifying, but it's interactive. Yay! There was a surge in public panic, obviously in 1978 to 1979. Different variants of similar disfigured female ghost stories existed earlier in Japanese folklore, but basically this Kuchisake Ono basically exploded between those years 78 to 79.
So apparently the pomade comes up as a hair oil, so maybe it's a different. You're gonna slip right off me. It's their version of Teflon.
Hashtag slippery. That's funny. So this hysteria basically started, it was believed that the stories first surfaced in Gifu Prefecture in December 1978. The Gifu Nichi Shimbun which was a local newspaper, reportedly published a note about the encounter on January the 26th in 1979.
Slit-Face Woman we're talking about?
Yeah, Slit-Face Woman, right? So it started there, and it started like really gathering momentum as other rumors and sightings started spreading across Japan. And this is what we were talking about, right? Are we manifesting these entities? These urban legends that start maybe with an element of truth. There could very well have been a woman that went through that horrible ordeal of having her husband or her jealous lover or whatever, you know.
And I'm just going to put it out there are modern day cases of this happening. So
100%. And you know,
horrendous.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, there's a true case behind this potentially, and then this hysteria has started taking over. And do we then manifest this, right, with a whole group of people talking about it all the time and thinking
about
it?
And the Japanese people are very, very like that whole kind of thing of like the monsters and these creatures are a very huge part of their
massively, and they believe it.
They believe that these things are real. The superstitions and stuff behind them, they absolutely believe that these things are real.
Absolutely. Yeah. So within months, school children began whispering of seeing her near their, you know, walking routes on their way home. Parents and teachers grew super anxious in many areas. Children who normally walked were then seen, you know, being escorted in groups. It started really going for it. And then suspected hotspots started popping up. The legends boom started declining around August 1979. So it took almost an entire year and a half to kind of start cooling off a little bit over that summer break.
Is that because bodies were found or there were deaths? It was just,
No. A newspaper reported it, and it went into a national publication. And then that's where it started just going, and people started reporting sightings, and people were obviously seeing it potentially, but it just took over, absolutely took over. Yeah, people were refusing to walk alone. Rumors dominated grapevines. Absolutely mental. And then obviously, storytellers, folklorists, all of the above.
Okay, and then start adding the body count in.
100%, 100%. Yeah, and then all these other things, all these other layers start kind of, buffing out this urban legend that we know now. Others connect her to a yokai, which is an old Japanese spirit creature. And there are things, folklore stories, old Japanese folklore stories that do reference similarities like the split face and that sort of stuff. So there are definitely those sort of stories and similarities within the olden day Japanese folklore. But you can just see how that contemporary kind of hysteria just took over, right? So absolutely amazing. So I thought that was really, really interesting, because I liked the urban story as a starting point, but I like the idea around the societal change, right?
That hysteria and stuff around it, and it's like, is this has this actually happened? Which, looking back on history and the way women are treated and that kind of stuff, and a very good chance that this has happened.
For sure.
And possibly she came back to haunt the shit out of him. So I hope she did. So
yeah, I hope she did. Absolutely.
And that's it. We know when people pass from traumatic events and horrendous events, that there's this energy that stays behind, or they could be they could stay behind, and that anger will grow. Which is just that's crazy.
But it should be pretty scary to see down a dark
alley. My god. So
and then you go into like the pop culture and the everything else, and she's been turned into like a real spirit now, like something very much part of the lore, especially around Halloween and that sort of stuff for Japan. And so pretty crazy. I think maybe that will be next year's Halloween costume. Oh my god,
we should both get that'd be kind of cool.
How to scare the living crap out of everyone. What up, the Cryptid podcast?
Hey guys, how's everyone going?
Dano is one of our favorite podcasters. If you haven't been over to his podcast, please get over there. Subscribe to his channel. He is awesome. We had the privilege of going onto his show, and he had the I'm sure privilege of coming onto our show the other day. Lucky man he is. It's truly lovely to have you over here, buddy, and meet Juliet, because we didn't get to talk with Jules.
No, I missed
you. And Juliet tried so hard to get into that interview.
Oh, so no. Lisa's told me all about it, and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to discuss, mate, you and I.
Oh, there was a lot of Bigfoot talk in that one. And
a lot of Bigfoot talk.
Yeah. Took a lot of brain power to get over that one for me. I was like, what stuff going on? It was amazing. Truly amazing. My next urban legend.
Oh, yeah. Go. Where's this one from?
Is the Candyman.
Candyman! Don't say it the third time. Candyman!
Oh my god, so the Candyman movie. So I used to do martial arts when I was little. I've done martial arts my whole life, but when I was little I did martial arts. I used to do judo, right? And we went to a judo camp, like an international training camp. I was only about probably about 9 or something like that, really, really little, right? And we went and stayed in a marae, which is a Māori meeting house. It's like a big giant place where we all go and sleep, right? They had mattresses all over the floor, and they put up a projector, and we watched movies, and it was so much fun, and we were going to go and do judo tomorrow, and life was good. And then the older kids put on the Candyman. And I watched that movie when I was about 9 years old, and I definitely shouldn't have, because that was the end of my happy place. Fucking
like happy. I do not want to watch this.
Yeah, very, very scary. Anyway, there is truth behind the title, The Candyman. The movie is obviously different, but the truth behind it, and I've got the story for you, okay?
No.
So,
Candy,
no. Okay,
nothing good's going to come from this, guys.
No, true story, right? So it involves a gentleman called Ronald Clark O'Brien. He was born in October 1944 and he lived in Houston, Texas. He worked as an optician and he was a very active church member. He was, in fact, a deacon. So, you know, quite upstanding, well-to-do man in his society and his community. He was married to Daineen O'Brien, and they had 2 children. Their son Timothy was born in 1966. Their daughter Elizabeth was born around 1969. Financially, it came out afterwards that Mr. O'Brien was under severe strain. He was reportedly deep in debt, around $100,000. And back in the 60s, that's
a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a lot of cash, right? In the months leading up to Halloween 1974, Mr. O'Brien secured several life insurance policies on his children. Some reports say amounts around $20,000 per child without fully disclosing this to his wife. So it gives you kind of a little bit of background before I read you the story.
Before she horrifies us and makes
you sleep a little bit better tonight. So the night and the crime, right? October the 31st, Halloween 1974. On Halloween night, Mr. O'Brien took his 2 children and 2 neighborhood children from the Bates family trick-or-treating in their community. They visited houses and neighborhoods, including Deer Park and Pasadena in Texas. At some point, they came to a house whose lights were off, and the homeowner did not answer. According to Mr. O'Brien's later claims, the homeowner handed him 5 pixie sticks, which are those long kind of thin candy straws filled with powdered candy, right? We don't really get them over here, but we know what they are.
Oh, we get them all the time here.
Oh, do you? Okay, I don't get them. I'll send you some. And he passed them through a partially open door, basically saying, I'm not doing Halloween, bugger off ski, right?
Yeah.
Mr. O'Brien gave one of these to each of his 2 children from the Bates family, one to his daughter Elizabeth and one to his son Timothy. The 5th he gave to another boy, a friend or a neighbor from the group. Anyway, once home, Timothy asked to eat his candy. Mr. O'Brien helped him loosen the powder inside the tube before the candy sticks can compact, and Timothy tasted it. He immediately said it was bitter. Mr. O'Brien later gave him a glass of Kool-Aid or some type of fizzy liquid to wash away the flavor. Shortly afterwards, Timothy began vomiting violently. And this is where we just stop. If you don't want to listen to this, just mute me real quick.
Okay.
Mute me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. He went into convulsions and soon became unresponsive. He died less than an hour after ingesting the tainted candy en route to the hospital that his father had given him, allegedly from the house that had no lights on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other 4 children did not eat their pixie sticks. Some accounts say that they couldn't open them or they just refused to eat them. They didn't like them. When investigators began to probe, they discovered the 5 candy tubes had been opened, then resealed, often with staples, with the top portions replaced by powdered potassium cyanide.
Oh. Wow.
Further investigation revealed that Mr. O'Brien had inquired about cyanide before Halloween, had purchased or attempted to purchase it, and had taken out life insurance policies on his children. The home from which he claimed to have received the candy, the Melbourne residence, was soon ruled out as a source. The homeowner was at work at the time and had multiple alibis. By November the 5th, 1974, Mr. O'Brien was arrested and charged with 1 count of capital murder for killing his son and multiple counts of attempted murder for the other children. He was convicted in May 1975, basically from his, he was convicted through his financial difficulties, his interest in cyanide and the timing of the insurance policies. and the proof of cyanide in Timothy's body.
Oh,
Really horrible urban legend that the Candyman is based off.
so that's what it's gone through. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a harmless holiday until you add in things like major financial strain. How do I get out of this?
Yeah.
My children are a commodity. So yeah, sorry everyone, turn your mute back on. Not everything is fun and games, right?
No.
Not everyone is organ
not.
harvesting.
Like a lot of these urban legends don't come from fun things. They're not good stories. They're not nice stories. There's very few. They all come from some type of tragedy or something that has happened or supposedly happened.
Yeah, there's an element of truth in everything, right? And I just thought that was really, I thought it was really poignant. It was a really important story to kind of share, because we go out and as parents, we go trick-or-treating, we take our children out, and a lot of the time we just let our children go to wherever. And there was, in fact, a story last year or the year before here in New Zealand where candy was being given out by a household that was that wasn't candy at all. It was actually meth. And a couple of kids got pretty sick off it and that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's you have to be
these days. It's too crazy these days. You got to watch your kids.
You have to be really, really careful. So although Halloween is a really fun time and it's exciting and everyone enjoys it, there's always dangers around the corner. So be careful. My last one. I've got one more. Are you ready?
Oh, it's got to be a nice one.
It's actually kind of up my alley. It's kind of fun. I'm like,
okay.
Riot. Okay, it's called Devil's Night or Mischief Night. And apparently it was in Detroit, USA. So I found this and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So anyway, okay. Basically, the root of mischief just really tickles my fancy.
It does sound like Lita.
Yeah, it does. Long before arson crews prowled Detroit streets, October the 30th had existed as a night for harmless pranks. In many parts of the United States and elsewhere, the evening before Halloween was known by various names: Mischief Night, Gate Night, Cabbage Night, Mat Night, in which youthful mischief was expected. Toilet papering fences, egging houses. Yes, I've done that. Ringing doorbells and running away. Scrawling soap on windows and minor vandalism. Fun times when you're a kid. In Detroit, the tradition took root as small disturbances. Over time, however, it mutated into something darker. Oh God, I love it. Night of Terror. So essentially, what happened was, with all of the depression that was going on there, with all of the loss of jobs and unemployment and financial hardship and all of that sort of stuff, it turned into this massive night of crazy town and destruction, right? So it says, a night of terror, stories and consequences. While there is less documentation of individual names, we can reconstruct the human face of this trauma. Families and neighborhoods where fires flared would sometimes wake up to neighbors' houses burning. Some lost their homes, possessions, or found embers creeping dangerously close. Many parents forbade their children from going outside on October the 30th or kept them indoors as dusk fell. This was literally my version of The Purge, right? You've seen the movie The Purge, where they basically can go around and kill people, right? And if you're outdoors, you're fair game. I was like, oh my God, this is literally the start of The Purge, right? Some neighborhoods banded together, organizing watch groups to guard blocks, block roads, or patrol in cars before and after dark. Local fire and police departments were overwhelmed, called floods in, resources were strained, the response times were stretched, and in many incidences, fires spread faster than the crews could contain. People literally just went round burning shit. like just everything, like, and it moved from being prankster into being something really, really, really bad.
Mob
And
mentality, isn't it? Mob mentality.
percent.
People just start going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. In the late 1980s to the early 90s, the cost and the dread of Devil's Night. So like it's just changed its name over and over. Talk about like a mutating type of urban legend and evolving. Became totally intolerable. Residents demanded action. So in 1985, the city began formal interventions targeting enforcement, fire surveillance zones, greater coordination between police, all of that sort of stuff, literally paying volunteers to watch their homes. So they were just like, you can be our alarm system.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Volunteer estimates ranged high between 30 to 50,000 people in some years. And so this is what I mean. It was going on for years. Every Halloween or the night before Halloween, crazy town.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, it just kept going, keep going, keep going. 2008, 136 fires were recorded over the multi-night period. So it lasted for like kind of about 3 or 4 different nights throughout the Halloween period. And that was as late as 2008. So and I don't know, I think it's still going. Is anyone from Detroit? Tell us.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
Yeah. What do you think,
It's
man?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but is there, okay, so we're talking like Detroit, right? It was a terrible, terrible time through the 1980s and that sort of stuff for everyone living there. And Mira says, yeah, Detroit is a mess. Dano says, yeah, this is like the movie The Crow. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this one, Friends and Family, Insane Clown Posse. They were here in town tonight, car burning and other things. Yeah, 100%, right? It's absolutely cesspool. Yeah, Detroit is a cesspool. So if you've got all, and look, that's not saying that the people are, right? But if you've got all of this negative energy feeding into it, then what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to get all of those, like it's like
going to get negative energy there. Yeah. And that just, it twists people and they just get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So Dano from the Cryptid podcast says the movie The Crow is based off this night. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, because we talked about The Crow last week, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
interesting. Oh, what a connection. Coincidence. Synchronicity.
Yeah, because okay, I didn't realize it was on that night, but yeah, I know this the Crow
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. So I mean that's it, eh? You know, like when you've got a lot of negative energy going on, bad things have to happen because that is just part of it, you know. And I've got another one, but we're going to run out of time, unfortunately. So this is I find this sort of stuff just so fascinating, and we could talk about urban legends forever, and we didn't even talk about any in New Zealand. I'm glad that you went into Melbourne. That's really fantastic.
Yeah. Like honestly, there's so many. Like there's just so many stories around. Such cool stuff. Like here in Melbourne alone, you know, there's about 20 different ones here that could be put out. You know, it's they're just amazing. So
and I find it interesting how they evolve, right? And what else kind of comes into it to change it and move along.
And twist, and you know, like you're saying, you go back to that shred of truth that's in there. It may have been, you know, changed so much, but there is that little bit of shred of truth that's in there that's kind of come through and kind of follows on through.
Original,
but
yeah. That origin point, eh?
Yeah,
original source. Yeah.
The original
so
source.
interesting.
Oh,
this is a short one for us today, boys and girls. Normally we try and hit 2 hours or somewhere around there, but because we did such a long interview with Tommy at Let's Get Freaky podcast, we were like, man, we're gonna shorten this puppy out because we're running close.
We have other life things to do, unfortunately.
Yeah. So many things going on. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Next week, oh, well, it's Halloween on Friday, so let's all say happy Halloween to begin.
Happy Halloween. Have fun. Send us your photos of your costume.
Oh my God, yes.
Your favorite Halloween houses that you see around, and we'll do the same. Like, we're gonna take the kids out. I am going to try and find a costume, so I have a couple of hours to maybe go have a look. This is Melbourne. Maybe they're all sold, so I don't know.
She's gonna be a criminal, let's be honest.
I'll probably
you know what she needs? A loot bag.
Something to even out Captain America and a stabby wabby girl. Stabby wabby 10-year-old.
The butcher girl. It's an absolute pleasure having you all here, and thank you so much for dropping in the comments and adding to the show. It really does when we get comments coming through and we can have a really good kind of chat with everyone. Dano from the Cryptid podcast, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're super busy. Real pleasure having you over here today, buddy, and everyone else that jumped in here. Next week is the Day of the Dead.
It is the Day of the Dead.
Next week, we are talking the thinning of the veil, Day of the Dead. So that is going to be super interesting, and we may come in makeup.
We may. That means I have to get up at 4 a.m., but I will put in some effort.
Commitment doesn't cost that much. Commitment. I'm really excited about that, and we're getting into Christmas time. Oh my gosh. We have a jam-packed full Shadow Talk Unfiltered space. That is the live stream Q&A interviews that we do in the members portal over at Cryptid Women's Society. We have got so many amazing guests. I'm doing interviews on Wednesday night, Thursday night. We're doing interviews on Monday evening or Monday afternoon for you guys over in the States. Tuesday morning for us. We have got so many guests on the show. Come and be a part of it if you are a woman, you have an interest in the supernatural and folklore and indigenous culture and science and all that fun stuff. Come and be a member. Be able to ask those questions that you have, those burning questions that are sitting there going, gosh, if only I could get the answer to that. Now's your opportunity. All you have to do is jump into the membership, come on into Shadow Talk, and that's where the guest interviews are. You won't be able to see them on YouTube, and some of them you won't be able to see at all. Others you have to wait a very, very long time for. So come and be a part of it. Now is your opportunity before we get our big, amazing, super famous guest. Very, very, very exciting. Yes, Dano, you can identify as a girl so long as you wear a wig. We'll allow you that. Thank you to all of the wonderful men that are supporting us as well. We've got to give you a big giant heart out to all you boys out there. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. We love you to pieces.
Cannot wait to get our Wednesday calendar up. We will send you invites.
Wednesday. Oh yes, yes. We love you all. Big kisses and cuddles, and we will see you all next week. Have a fantastic spooky weekend.
And don't eat too much candy.
Oh yeah, good call on that one. 100% good call on that. We love y'all to pieces. Thank you for joining us all. Please feel free to share this channel. Let's get the subscribers up so that we can actually do this full time, put out better content, be more amazing. I don't know how we could be more amazing, to be honest.
You could have a costume on.
Oh, you could put makeup on, couldn't you?
Put makeup on. I could brush my hair. Just things like that.
Yeah, she could brush her hair once in a while, whatever.
Hey, just got out of bed, look, leave it alone.
This is how I woke up. You're
took me hours, like 9 hours to get this like this.
Oh my God. This is what I work with, everyone. This is what I work with, okay? All right. Hey, big kisses. We love y'all. Have an awesome evening and daytime, depending on what part of the globe you're on. And we'll see y'all same bat time, same bat channel next week. See you later. Bye.
Okay, we need to get our music going. One day a tiny fat came surfing in the Moana.